I drink Dr. Pepper, don't you see? 'Cause it's the perfect taste for me.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't know what time it is when you're watching this, but if you're watching it, it's a good time to be drinking Dr. Pepper. Welcome to another diet episode of the Pepper Pack Podcast. I am the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman, and with me is our friends.
Konnor, the Dr. Pepper designer, and below me,
I'm Dario, the guy that eats cookies and drinks Dr. Pepper.
There we go. So, thank you guys for joining us. Give us some comments. Let us know where you're watching from, how you're doing, how much Dr. Pepper you're drinking. But we're thirsty, so we gotta start this show off right. So, ready? 1,
2,
23.
Oh, that was fun. I've had a few Dr. Peppers today, but I've been specifically just limiting myself because I knew I was going to want to enjoy a lot tonight while I chat with you guys.
Oh yeah, that is completely understandable. I mean, and trust me, it is a good time to get together and drink more Dr. Pepper.
It's always a good time.
Oh yeah, and chat on the good things that are happening here
Oh.
at the Pepper Pack Podcast.
It's hopefully you guys have had a good week. Not been too crazy. It's already crazy that Thanksgiving was like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, between Black Friday and Thanksgiving and then back to school, I just feel like it's big crazy.
Oh yeah, well, but you know what though, it still was a good time to get some rest, and as well as trying hot Dr. Pepper for the first time. I don't know if you guys had the chance to have that yet, but man, it is good
My
stuff.
question is for you, I wanted to talk to you about that. I'm glad I forgot you did that. Did you microwave it or did you stove top warm it up?
We stove topped warmed it up to a steam.
Right, so like a simmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And then my other question is, did you put the lemon in it?
So we did exactly how Dick Clark prescribed us to do it. So we used the real sugar Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And so we used real sugar Dr. Pepper. We put into a pan. We let it heat to steam. After we did that, we took a slice of lemon, put it in the bottom of the cup, and we poured the Dr. Pepper onto the lemon. And then
did you happen to do any without lemon?
No.
See how much different it was?
No.
Because I can't stand lemon lime stuff.
No. Okay, I will say this: the way I don't know if you saw my reaction, it really was like a cider. Huh. The lemon did give it enough of a change where the lemon wasn't really powerful. And so again, I'm not the biggest fan of lemon flavoring either. However, the lemon did change the flavor enough where it definitely gave a nice taste to it. I'll be honest, I think I'd rather have that the next time I'm sick versus a tea because it just hit perfectly.
Okay. I think maybe we should do that for like, I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking for like a New Year's Eve episode. We could do a diet New Year's Eve episode.
Where we cheers.
As the clock strikes midnight, we drink some hot Dr. Pepper together.
Well, I mean, you guys will be at midnight. I still will have like 3-4 hours left of the day.
I'll stay up and wait for your midnight, Dario. It's always Dr. Pepper time. We can make it happen.
Dr. Pepper time at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's why I steal the old country song, but I changed it to Dr. Pepper. I said it's always 10, 2, or 4 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
But no, it was.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. That's our new saying for our shirt. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. Most things will make me drink for that.
Yep. Speaking of our new shirt, I want to throw this out there again. We do have our Believe Me, I Only Drink Dr. Pepper shirt, which has been going and selling great. We appreciate all the support you guys have had for us purchasing those. If you haven't had a chance to get it, I would get on that quickly if you want one. Redbubble doesn't mass produce these shirts to where they just have them sitting around. When you order it, they will make it fresh for you, quality. And so it does take a couple days longer to ship what you normally expect. So if you want it by Christmas, order soon.
Yep, and they have a sale going on right now where it's 20% off. So I would jump on it, and then just so you know, it'll go all the way into the new year, and then it's done. It's gone. It won't be back. The design will be pulled. And so
it's like Santa Claus. You won't see him again until next year.
Yep.
Or you may never see him again. That's why you got to get it. That's why you got to get it now.
Oh, I mean,
don't go right now. Go after the show. After the show, go to Redbubble and get yourself that Dr. Pepper shirt. It is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, especially for all the red drink people.
Get it as a gag gift for your friend that likes those other terrible sodas. Buy it for him. Give it to him. You go to the mall, you see a Santa, go ahead and buy him one. Yeah. Give him a shirt. I mean,
that would be so funny if we all got like extra large shirts of those and just walked up to Santa in the mall and gave it to him. And got some videos.
Yeah. One of my favorite comment was the museum had a Santa Claus like meet and greet for kids to go take pictures, and I commented and sent them the photo of our thing, and they were dying over that. They thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I get a picture of Buddy the Elf from the movie Elf, and you're not the real Santa. Dr. Pepper. Santa, I know him. But
okay, no.
Purchases.
Yes,
I made a purchase. I found something on eBay that I've been wanting for a long time, and I got it cheap. And so obviously you can see what it is. It's a poster of some kind, and I've not told you guys what poster I got. So I want to know. Obviously, it's gonna be Dr. Pepper poster, but what kind of poster do you think it is? What do you think you're gonna see?
See, I know it's not gonna be the Frosty, because I know you already got one. You say you do, unless you were lying to me.
No, I have a tin. I don't have a poster.
Okay, maybe. All right.
Let's see. Is it good? Let's. I'm gonna say it's. I'm gonna say it's. Makes the world taste better. Old school ad poster.
Oh, that is a good ad.
Yeah, I think if it was so you got it for cheap. I'm trying to think.
I'll say I would really go for is the closest so far, but he's still a little off.
Okay.
It's what the doctor ordered.
As long as they sent me what I bought.
It just says Dr. Pepper logo poster.
Well then,
oh man,
Christmas came early for you, Zach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Jack in the Box has one of their drive-through displays with Dr. Pepper in it. I actually gave one of them my card, and they're gonna call me when they throw them away. They might give me two of them. Just saying.
Sweet.
So one for me, one for you, and then you hit the. I don't have a Jack in the Box here in Kansas.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, so Jack in the Box is giving me a few things for Dr. Pepper. I mean, little things, but here we go. Let's see. Okay, so that's an older one. That looks like what, 80s, 90s?
It's just going to be a picture of Zach's face, I think. Oh, yes. Awesome. I love it. With all the logos.
Oh, nice.
And the years. It's got the years of when the logos were.
Love it. Oh, man.
So I saw this poster for the first time.
At the Linger
What's
Longer?
up, Laurel? How's it going? Yeah, at the Linger Longer, and she had it on the door of the bathroom or whatever.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, I want that poster. So when she closed, I wanted to get it. Barry, it is a nice poster. I just got to get it framed. So I just love because now I can, whenever we talk about logos and talk about sayings, I can go straight to this, and it's got the year that first appeared and showed up, and that's going to help me with my history. So I was excited.
Which logo is your favorite?
I mean, there's some on here that I honestly hadn't seen until I saw this poster originally.
Oh, really?
Like one of the original, like just the original Dr. Pepper script writing, like right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
It's really nice. I like the
paper. Yeah, printed on
the Liquid Sunshine, the Good for Life, and then they got some old Doc, like just characters that I hadn't seen before until I saw this poster.
Full body.
Yeah, the full body old Doc.
Yeah.
The 1891 Dr. Pepper Phosphoratus, the wheat and iron emblem that's on my clock is pretty cool. And then there's the doctor taking home a case of glass bottles of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, no, there's the Chevron in the 1960s, the 1024 in the 1960s, the Dr. Pepper Life in 1929 and then 34, 1940, and then you see in the 50s they get rid of the period underneath the doctor. So yeah, it's gonna. Cool. I'm glad I got that poster.
That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have to try to find it and get one myself. I'd love to have one.
Oh yeah, that would be nice to add to the collection.
Yeah, I saw that on eBay for like $10, and I was like,
"Oh wow, yeah, that's cheap."
I was like, Dario, you stay away.
I've been playing nice for a while.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I've been staying away from the eBays for a little while. Just mainly just been focusing on just getting through the school year and just getting other stuff done.
Yeah, so I got that for $10.
Wow.
And I was like, sweet.
Good steal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I've been doing some Black Friday shopping. I was with my buddy. I helped him out with his handyman business, and we were out doing a job, and he decided he wanted to stop at Best Buy and get some headphones, and I got interviewed by the news, and they're like, "What are you out here buying today?" I was like, I don't have money, so I'm not buying anything. I was like, whatever free stuff you have. And then afterwards, I was like, I should have been like, I'm here looking for Dr. Pepper. I came to Best Buy to get Dr. Pepper on Black Friday.
Or you should have done a plug. You should have said, I'm looking for equipment for my podcast, the Dr. Pepper podcast.
I could have, yeah.
There you go.
We could have got some traffic though.
Ifs and buts if I could have remember that.
Free plug, man.
No, but a lot of my students they saw me like, you were on TV. You're famous. I was like, oh man, I'm whatever. But no, it was fun.
Nice.
I was half asleep, but it's okay.
That's all right. There's always next time. You know,
all right. Well, on the last, I don't know if it was the last actual episode or the last diet episode, I presented a question to you guys. Do you remember my question? I had a lot of empty cans.
Oh, yes. You were talking about some ideas for your classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And well, just things I can make out of cans because I want to use something in my classroom. I want something for my house. But I'm also working on getting that crafty Dr. Pepper badge in the portal.
Yeah.
And so I got a little crafty last night. My wife had a surgery on her sinuses and stuff yesterday, so I stayed home with her. And while she was recovering, I was working on some ideas, and I found some stuff. So I had made. I'll show you what I made. A couple years ago, I made a Dr. Pepper like pyramid Christmas tree type of thing out of cans. But this year, when I moved last year, it got destroyed in my trunk, and all the cans are still in my trunk smashed. I just can't bring myself to take them out. It just hurts me. So I had to recreate it for the classroom. So I made this one for my classroom. I got the zeros all the way across the bottom, the regular, the diet, the vanilla float, the dark berry, and then the cherry on top because you always have to have a cherry on top.
Yeah, that's right.
But a lot of my kids, I am honestly shocked the number of my students and other teachers. They're like, they have a cherry Dr. Pepper?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's in store. You can get it anytime. But the vanilla float too. I was like, that's my favorite right there. If you guys ever find it, that's what I need you to get me. Because
it's a major award.
Yeah. But and then you probably saw along the bottom of that picture, I have the 3 cans that I cut, made little lanterns out of them.
Oh yeah.
And I got string lights, like Christmas lights, that I strung back and forth across the wall by the door of my classroom. And then I used some tin snips and snipped like a hook shape out of the tab.
Yeah,
so
I see
the tab
that.
is still on there, and it's a hook right there. So that way I put the light in there and hung it on the light. So I got some Dr. Pepper lanterns all through my classroom. The kids loved it. They're like, this is so cool. So now I just got to get a lot more lights and a lot more cans and cut them. But let me tell you, that was not easy. I probably should have cut off my thumb 30 or 23 times, but thankfully there's no intact.
That's really impressive.
Turned out great.
Yeah.
So if you guys have Dr. Pepper cans, that's super easy to do. I washed them out after. Obviously, these all were drank previously. I washed them out with hot water just to get all the residue and stuff out of them. The image that I found, they had put masking tape along the top and bottom, and then they used like a metal ruler to give a straight edge as they went back and forth with the like X-Acto knife razor to slice it. And so you go all the way around, and then you have to like smash the can down. Well, the problem with that is some of the tabs pop out, and some of them push in. And so as I was sticking my finger in to get the tab to like pull it out to give it that whole accordion effect, I kept like nicking and cutting my finger on the side.
Oh,
so I went and got like a little Allen wrench and stuck it in there and used it to pull the tabs out. And
good idea, yeah.
But yeah, making about 30 of those last night. I was tired and I was like, okay, my fingers are all cut. And but no, I really like how it looked, and I want to figure out what else I could use these for. And so I had some extras just because I didn't have the space in the ceiling to hang them. So I hung them from, I don't know if I have a picture of it. I hung them from the chalkboard or the marker tray of my whiteboards. So they're like 4 across each of my whiteboard trays hanging. So,
all right.
What a great like Christmas tradition of decorating your classroom with all kinds of Dr. Pepper Christmas stuff. It's a great idea.
My principal walked in today and he's like, you get more Dr. Pepper stuff in here every week. And I was like, yeah, a little bit.
That's a little bit. Okay, so I have a quick question before we move on or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, how many Dr. Pepper? How many cans did it take to cover your ceiling? I mean, to kind of to give that a good effect.
At least that day's amount of Dr. Pepper.
Here. So obviously, like I said, I didn't cover the ceiling.
Or to give it a good decoration.
So you can see here, like I just went zigzag back and forth.
Yeah.
And I did about 2 or 3 cans per zigzag. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zigzags there. So that's probably 18 cans.
Okay.
To not make it overwhelming, but also to keep it still looking nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can kind of see it through this picture behind the zigzag as it went back and forth and in the background.
All right. So how many cans do you think it'll take to give it that nice look in your class, or have
like
you already
if I were to go buy more lights and continue to do the whole like ceiling? I would probably have to do, if I like skipped, like I did 1 row of ceiling tile, then I skipped a row of ceiling tile, and then came back. Probably about 6 to 7 more of those. Probably 7. That'd be 4 and 4.5. So 7 times 18 cans. 70 and 56. So like 126 to 130 cans. And
Richard.
Yeah.
I still have a bunch of cans at my house, so I've been saving them up.
Yeah.
But the thing I wanted them to all be the regular can. And I have a lot of regular cans, but they're the Jurassic World ones.
Okay.
T-Rex on it. So I just wanted the regular can. I thought about doing an alternating between the vanilla float, because I have a lot of vanilla float cans too, but.
All right. Well, I mean, you could mix it up and use other flavors to kind of give it that Christmassy.
Yeah. But I'm OCD and I just like the consistency.
I know.
Have a strand of blue ones, so you have the berries.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See,
Then I would have to call Richard, so I would need extra cans.
So yeah, so you could keep the OCD going and provide variety.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is true.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, that is going to be really cool. I think that'll be a really like what Konnor said. I think that'll be a great tradition to have going from this year forward in your class.
Mm-hmm.
And like every other teacher, I'm looking at your ideas, seeing how I could steal it and make it my own.
That's what they taught me in college. It's like beg, borrow, and steal. I'm like, I don't like stealing. So yeah, if I share an idea, Dario, go for it.
Oh yeah, no. I've been teaching long enough where I already know.
The one thing I'll tell you is I didn't have a ruler, so when I had the cans, so when you go to cut into it with the razor, like it obviously is pushing it down.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to keep the line straight on the first couple. And then I found like this carpet scraper, like when you pick up the carpet, you're like scraping off the glue or whatever for tile. Mm-hmm. It was just the perfect width of the can. So I laid that on the can and I used that. And when I had to like score the can a few times, because if you just push straight into it, you're cutting it real deep and then pulling it sideways. So I'd score it 2 or 3 times, and then I'd pull the thing away, and then I'd just go over it one more time, and it cut real nice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I found you do want to do a lot of cuts. Like there was a couple I did like just 6 cuts, and then when you push it down, these strips are wider, so they buckle at the top and bottom and the middle where they pinch. So the more cuts you do in it, the better accordion effect you get.
Mm. And
then I saw some, I didn't want to mess with it, where they almost did like diagonals across the can.
Oh, yeah.
So that way when you crush it down, it had like this whole twisted kind of spiral effect to it, which looked cool. And if I had more time, I would have maybe done that, and maybe next year I'll look to do that. But
you never thought about taking like a can opener and just like...
Okay, so the aluminum cans are so
because you can have you ever done that where you take a can opener and you put it on the lid and you can just cut the top off and it's just like a normal drinking glass?
Well, no, I get that, but the whole point of these accordion cans like that is the top and bottom need to be intact, so that way you can smash it.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I use the tab on top to be an extra hook to hold on to it. But I did that for my students the year before COVID. As I got one of those can openers that cuts it without leaving a sharp edge, and I cut off the tops, cleaned them all out, and I gave them to them on their desk. A Dr. Pepper can that they use for like their pencil holder and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they all love that.
Cool.
But no, that's one thing I'm looking at doing. Like I told you, I want to figure out a way to cut off the top and cut off the bottom, and then cut off the nutritional facts and just lay this out flat, and then like kind of glue them on or stamp them onto a bar stool.
Oh yeah.
So I have like a bar stool wrapped in these. But a can opener, I know I can get the top off, but I don't know if I can get a can opener to pinch where I want to on the bottom to cut it the right way without destroying the can. So I was like, I got to get someone with like a table saw with a real fine blade that I can just view.
Yeah.
Without completely just mangling the can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
But yeah, those are
Santa for Christmas for that.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Pepper, you're my Santa. Help me out.
So what about you, Dario? Do you have any Christmas traditions with Dr. Pepper? Do you do your classroom up with some stuff, or?
Well, this is my second year, and I'm brand new school. So first school I was in, my classroom wasn't really my classroom. I was basically holding on to it for the teacher, so I couldn't really do anything with it.
You were long term subbing, right?
No, I was a temporary teacher. So I was the full teacher of record, but basically my contract was done within the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I managed to get a different contract, new school. The classroom's mine. I'm still on probationary status. So basically I just got to pass all the evaluations and I'm there next year. So basically, for all intents and purposes, My classroom is now my classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually inherited a Christmas tree this year
Nice.
from the past teacher. And so I'm starting to I'm not decorating it yet. Right now, I've been having the kids bring decorations of their own, but I do plan on bringing some Dr. Pepper decorations, put them up, give it the Dr. Pepper flavor to them. Right now, my kids are bringing red ornaments, so they know what's up. Yeah, good job, my kids. I'm really proud of them. They know what to bring. They're bringing Dr. Pepper color stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I'm doing. I think I want to incorporate the hot Dr. Pepper into my Christmas traditions, especially after trying it. The next goal, though, for me is to try the regular can from the can, but I don't know how the high fructose corn syrup is going to react versus the real sugar.
How that will transfer over.
Yeah,
because that real sugar, man, it hit right.
I bet.
And so,
I bet.
And it was perfect with the cookie. Oh, was so perfect.
So what you got there, Zach?
Yes.
So my daughter, we were at the grocery store the other day, and she saw an advent calendar, and I told her they have chocolate in, and you get 1 chocolate a day. Of course, I didn't let her have one today because she was freaking out, going crazy, and not listening. So I was like, "Oh, no chocolate today."
I guess you get it.
And then I found one that was a Reese's peanut butter cup advent calendar, and I was like, "Yep, I'm buying myself one." So I bought myself this, and I'm gonna have one here. And it got me thinking, I wish Dr. Pepper would put out a Dr. Pepper advent calendar.
Heck yeah.
I think they could do jelly beans of the different flavors of Dr. Pepper in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was talking to Konnor, like, Dario, I don't know if you were in here yet or you had to step away, but I was like, once COVID hit, my church, we transferred from juice rather than doing the little communion cups with the juice in them. Now they're the prepackaged ones with the already sealed and wafer on top.
Yep.
If Dr. Pepper sent out like little communion shot glass cups, Dr. Pepper, all the different flavors, and have like a Dr. Pepper advent calendar where you crack open the door, you pull out your little cup that's sealed, you pull off the top, you drink your little Dr. Pepper flavor shot for the day. I think that would be awesome. I would buy like 20 of them.
I could see that, and then they could put like little keychains and
do little
pencil eraser tops and like silly stuff that has the Dr. Pepper logo put on.
Exactly, and there's so many little things. I mean, Zach and I, we both have the coloring crowns. They even have the little coloring crowns that look like the bottles. Like you said, Jelly Bellies. My goodness, they could even put in candy canes. Dr. Pepper candy canes in there. That would be really cool. That'll be another.
So day one of the Reese's
horrible.
It's 4 Reese's Pieces.
Wow.
4 Reese's Pieces. But I'm gonna enjoy these. I love me some Reese's.
Have you seen those? Have you seen the new Reese's that they have out where in the middle of the cup they have the Reese's cereal, the cereal puffs? Reese's.
I haven't seen the cereal puffs. I've seen the pretzel ones. I've seen the ones where they put the Reese's Pieces inside the cup. Okay. And now here's my big question. And this is going to determine whether you guys will be a host anymore.
Okay.
Is it Reese's or Reese's?
I don't know.
I've always the commercial guy say Reese's.
Yeah.
Reese's.
Even like the commercial for the cereal or the Reese's Puff. I mean,
as a grammar teacher and a spelling teacher, it's Reese's. But I have so many people that say, I need some Reese's Pieces. And I was like, no, stop.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You sound silly when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. I know there's a few people that they really try.
T-word.
They try. That's the problem.
Dario said the T-word too many times.
There's only do and do not.
He's been put in a Dr. Pepper timeout for 23 seconds.
Oh, bring him back.
For those listening, I apologize for your ears. We'll pray for him.
Oh man, I'm back already. I was doing my cookie.
theory today.
All right. Well, Konnor, I believe this was your idea.
I think it's that time again. It's time for our Dr. Pepper Detour outside the 23 flavors.
Detour.
Woo!
So if you haven't watched the podcast before, what we do is we take products that they say taste like Dr. Pepper and we put them to the major test to see if they match up to the 23 flavors. So what we have today, I saw online, I want to say from one of the Pepper Pack, they mentioned seeing something, and I was like, we have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent out an emergency text to everybody, to Zach and to Dario, and said, go to your local Target to get this. And it actually wasn't that much. I think it was
right back.
Okay.
Oh.
I need more Dr. Pepper.
Okay, go get it. I'll continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was only, I don't know about you, Dario, but it was only like $2 at Target for me.
I'm gonna be honest. I came home and I saw this on my bed. My sister went. She went to the store. She saw it. She picked it up for me and gave it to me.
So you got it for free. So
I got mine for free. Oh yeah,
the best deal.
Oh yeah,
So,
I got a wonderful family.
That's
they know my love of Dr. Pepper and they enabled me.
And we were on the same wavelength because I think I mentioned it yesterday, something like that, and then boom, it was here.
Yeah.
So Zach, how much did you pay for yours? Mine was only like $2.
I had to get mine at Target. They were like $3.29 a piece.
Okay. So that kind of gives you an idea. It's going to be in that realm. So here they are.
Now they do come with a green soda, a brown soda, and then Dr. Pepper. But since they are packaged as one and sold one, I think it's technically they're part
of the same branding.
So I don't mind saying their names.
Yeah, well, because Dr. Pepper is part of
Dr. Pepper. And so you get 4 Dr. Pepper, you get 4 root beer, and 4 7-Up with this. Now, I have had these before. Have you guys had them before?
I've never had them.
Okay, so
I've had the jelly bean ones.
I've had the jelly bean. So I want you guys to go first and tell me what you think. And then save one, because I'm going to ask you to do an experiment with the second one.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
No, I can't eat 2 of these.
With the original one you have.
Now, the red one is the Dr. Pepper one.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Show it on camera.
At approximately 5 inches, weighing at a rough.
Okay. Before you try it. All right, Dario, you got yours open?
Yeah, I got mine open, ready to go.
Let's smell it. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of a Dr. Pepper smell.
It's faint.
It's very faint, almost more a little bit cherry than Dr. Pepper. All right, here we go.
Got on my cookie. Here we go. Ready?
You got to get past that initial waxy candy preserve, and you have to work on it for a little bit before you can really get that flavor out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's there.
I wouldn't say it's
definitely not a candy cane flavor.
That's what's good about it. Is it not like your typical candy?
I don't like candy canes.
Yeah, but I think I'd give it. I'd probably give it a good 19, like a 19 out of 23. It's okay. I wouldn't say it hits you over the face with Dr. Pepper flavor, but as a candy.
Go ahead, Dario. I'll let you tell me what you would.
I honestly would give it less of a score.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not digging this. I'm not being a fan of this. I probably would give it a 15.
Okay.
See, I would say 3.
Oh, you guys don't get any Dr. Pepper flavor, huh?
No. Oh wow.
Well,
No,
it's definitely got a different flavor than a different candy cane, but I would not identify that with Dr. Pepper. Okay, so this is perfect. So this leads right into my experiment. Give me a second.
I have to I bit a piece off to see if it tastes better.
Okay, now what I did last time, take this and dip it in your Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Of course.
Isn't that cheating?
That tastes better.
Well, that's because you're basically getting Dr. Pepper residue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it tastes better.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of cheating for it to have it because, it's basically Dr. Pepper. It is something that's gold plated. It's not really gold. You have the gold on. You have like the golden goodness of Dr. Pepper on top, but underneath it's just.
The soda's so rich that like when you put it to candy form, it's hard to get it exactly as sweet or as like savory as a real Dr. Pepper. But
so
if I was going to have a candy cane, I'd eat this.
Is this something you'd want to go buy again?
No.
If
probably for my kids, for my school kids.
Yeah.
So at least they got something that's Dr. Peppery. But
okay.
I mean,
now my question is, I'm not gonna go spend $3 on a pack of these for 4 of them.
That's the other thing.
Yeah. If they had a full one,
if it was a full 12 pack of these, a Dr. Pepper, then I'd probably buy it. But knowing that I'm not gonna even touch the other 8 candy canes in there,
yeah,
I just
Well, and if they had a 12 pack, I could see you buying them and putting them on your Christmas tree in your school classroom, and then you can say, "Well, those candy canes are Dr. Pepper."
Exactly.
Quote, Dr. Pepper flavored ones.
We let our kids get some cash they earn do different things, and then they use that to buy stuff. So I'm actually thinking about taking the extra candy canes and using those as some things they can buy with their cash.
Yeah, if we were doing the Secret Santa Dr. Pepper thing like we did in the past, I would throw some of these in there for them. I mean, it's a gimmick. It's not quite Dr. Pepper, but it's okay.
I just gave it a 3. Dario gave it a 5, or did you give it an 8?
I was being too nice. I was saying like 15, just because I didn't want to feel like I was being too horrible on it. But I probably would give it definitely a little bit lower of a score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I would be doing a Dr. Pepper fan injustice by giving them one of these.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe, I might try another one, and the flavor may not be as strong as this one. You never know.
Yeah, I just got a lucky one. Maybe 1 in 23 actually tastes good.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of looking for them, if we could find some online, but I didn't see any.
We've had better detours, but
I mean, well, that's the whole point of the detour. We're seeing how close it is to Dr. Pepper. This is one of those instances where it is not.
This is one of those detours that ended up giving us a flat tire.
Oh God.
I wouldn't say it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was a cautionary tale. So maybe we drove to the wrong side of town.
We ran out of gas, and
here's what I think. Let's tell them, don't quit doing what you're doing. Just try to make it better. Let's try again.
You keep using that word. I don't think you keep using that word. I don't think that word means what you think it does.
Just do better. That's what I'm saying. I want to try one that tastes closer to a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I want Dario to be able to stir it in his hot Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, now that would be good.
I wonder how that would taste now that you say that.
Now, but again, though, I don't want to mess with my hot Dr. Pepper because here's the thing. Again, man, you got to try the hot Dr. Pepper with the real sugar. I'm just saying. I know, Zach, you don't care for onions, for that too.
Next detour, Dr. Pepper onions.
Bye.
I'll
the podcast that we're doing onions.
But you don't. I know you don't care for lemons, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it's there is some level of satisfaction that came from it, from seeing that. Especially again, if you follow what Dick Clark did in that video, you come out with something good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very surprised. Because again, I'm not the biggest fan of lemon flavored stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that came out good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna pray for you.
Oh goodness.
Well,
but all right. That was interesting.
that was a detour.
That was a detour.
Now we're gonna hop back on track with our regular scheduled podcast programming. And we gotta announce that if you did not get to watch my last episode where I was joined by nobody because everybody was busy, it happened.
Thanksgiving.
That's why we have 4 hosts, so that way one of us can run it if our lives all get crazy like it did. I ended up doing our drawing, and I found this great way to make our spinning wheel of numbered names Dr. Pepper Pack podcast colors with our logo. And I put in all of our subscribers from our YouTube that were public. And like I mentioned before, if you were not public, I totally respect the reasons. I understand why people don't want to share that publicly, but it would not tell me that you were a subscriber otherwise. So I pulled those names that I could get, entered them in the contest, and we spun the wheel. And then my computer crashed. And the cameras all freaked out because I had like 2 cameras rolling on my same screen and then 3 internet windows open. And I finally got it done. And the official winner was Lee Fulkert.
Hey, good job, Lee.
Has Lee ever been on the podcast before?
I don't think so. I think this might just be one of our followers. It sounds like a name of somebody that was in my college town, but I got to double check. So I'm going to be looking on our YouTube to find this gentleman's YouTube channel so we can comment on his page and some of his videos so we can get in contact with you. Or Lee, if you do happen to watch this or somebody knows Lee, please have him reach out to the podcast at our email. Let me see if we have our email anywhere on here.
So congratulations, Lee, for winning.
Yes. You got this.
I don't see. No, there's a Redbubble shop, but
what's up, Ed?
Yeah, bud. So yeah, Lee, we will once I can get in contact with you and get that address and stuff figured out, I will take this comic, mail it around town, and by around town I mean the country. All the hosts of the podcast will sign the cover for you, and then we will ship it to you.
Yep.
So yes. You keep that in your collection. And we thank you for subscribing. And I think it's fun to do this kind of stuff. We have a bunch of Pepper Pack podcast stickers. So I'm thinking like every time we hit like a $50 or $100 subscriber level, we can give out some stickers and
yep.
We don't have to sign them all because it just gets to be a vicious cycle of shipping them around the country. So we all sign them. And you guys don't want them signed. You just want the sticker.
Yeah,
we can start giving away some stuff. And so if you would share this with your friends and family members, I have heard it said multiple times that at any point we are 7 people away from reaching the entire world.
Yeah.
So if I know someone and they know someone and they know someone and they all share it, eventually we'll be able to get this out. So help us out. I think Tuesday was called Giving Tuesday. So give us some help and share our podcast. And if you're anything like me and you see people share stuff on social media and they don't say anything about it, I typically just scroll over it. But if they do a little spiel of, hey, these are my friends and check this out, then I usually take the time to watch it. So if you want to give us a quick little review, a shout out, we appreciate that because we do this for you because we love Dr. Pepper and we just like to talk to each other.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, we're just a group of Dr. Pepper loving people. We love our community, We like to get to know other people that drink and love Dr. Pepper just as much as we do.
And this is honestly the best time to drink Dr. Pepper. Do you know why?
Got me thinking.
There's something going on that happens every 4 years.
What, the leap year? But no.
No, that's every 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Dario, I'm about to kick you out of pocket. It's a worldwide event. The number one sporting event.
Oh, World Cup.
The World Cup. I've been drinking Dr. Pepper. I've been watching the World Cup. 23rd minute of every game. I'm like, yeah.
Well, no. Well, most of my kids, I completely forgot about World Cup. I was just putting it on to this afternoon, for my kids because they come in. Some of them will come in during lunchtime to watch, But I'm not a big soccer guy.
So
I'm not a big sports guy.
I love soccer. You guys have to do me a favor. There's a commercial with David Beckham and Peyton Manning arguing about the word football, football and soccer.
Football.
It was so funny. You got to check it out. I think it was it might have been a blue soda commercial and like Lay's together, but it was so funny. I could watch that one over and over again. But I usually soccer is sponsored by Budweiser. It's their official drink, and people drink a bunch of beer at the games and stuff. But since it is in Qatar,
they can't drink.
They've banned alcohol.
Yeah.
And Dr. Pepper, this is your chance.
Yeah.
Jump on it.
You get some 7% Dr. Pepper. Send me, and I know Kyle Dunn's a big soccer fan, and some others. There's a couple girls I've seen that support some different European clubs in the Pepper Pack. Send us over there to let us just give out Dr. Pepper in Qatar at the games and let us go to the games. I would die a happy man because it's my dream to go to the World Cup someday. And with it coming to America, I've already started a savings account to buy a ticket.
Oh, when does it come to the U.S.?
In 4 years.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
2026. Their games are gonna be in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. The U.S. has a majority of the games, and Kansas City, 3 hours from me, is one of the stadiums. Arrowhead Stadium is gonna host a couple games. I don't know, obviously, who's in that World Cup yet because they haven't qualified. Yeah. I doubt it will be an American team that plays there. It could be, but I just want to go to a game. It's a dream of mine just to go to a game. So I've already been talking to family and friends like, hey, who's going to help me out with tickets? I will pay for them. You just got to help me find a connection to get them. And Very so, Dr. Pepper, I think you should set the podcast to a game so we can sit on the sideline and go and drink Dr. Pepper. The 23 minute of every game, we just start screaming and drinking Dr. Pepper, and everyone
make a big old giant flag, and
yeah,
exactly.
I'm not gonna go streaking, but I would definitely run on the field if Dr. Pepper sponsored me to. The 23rd minute of a game, I'd jump out on the field and drink a Dr. Pepper, then run past security before I get maced and tased.
Yeah.
Well,
I need a refill.
The thing is, those games are longer than what? They're 90 minutes.
They are 90 minutes nonstop clock.
Yeah.
So what happens is,
and then there's add-on time, right?
There's stoppage time. So
stoppage time.
The clock doesn't stop for injuries. The clock doesn't stop for goals or the ball going out of bounds. So typically, there's between 2 to 4 minutes of stoppage time a half.
Yeah.
The games in Qatar have had anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of stoppage time at each half. And the USA game on Tuesday? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. We were playing Iran. And we had to win. If we lost or tied, we were knocked out. And it was while I was teaching, so I had my phone on streaming the game. The teacher in the classroom next to me he's a tech teacher, so he had one TV in the front of his room with the game on. The other TV was where he was teaching from. And so I didn't feel bad about having it on my phone while I was teaching because I was still talking to the kids. And I saw a score. Christian Pulisic scored in the 39th minute, and I was like, yes! And all my kids freaked out. I was like, we just scored. And then the other teacher came running down the hallway with a sticky note that said goal, and he slapped it on my window of my classroom door. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I love being in a school where they let me have fun and do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
But
yeah, so I've mainly just been doing it during lunchtime because and then also I do live in a community that is heavy on soccer.
Football.
Yeah, exactly. They're more on football.
Soccer, you're good.
But the foosball.
So we're looking for a new designer.
Oh man.
Our Dr.
That's what the Germans call it. Fuß is foot. Fuß is football.
Hey, and you wonder why the Germans already got knocked out of the World Cup. They didn't make it past.
I wouldn't know. I would not know.
Dude, I could talk soccer almost as much as I can talk Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, no. Yesterday, we were watching the Mexico game. Mexico, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was sad.
Mexico would get another goal, so that way they can bounce out.
I know, but they.
So here's my big dream. Sorry, finish what you were saying about the Mexico game.
Huh?
I said I cut you off. I'm sorry. You were telling me you were watching the Mexico game. What else?
Oh no. We're just watching. I was just watching the Mexico game during lunch. I don't have any sports things, and so actually, what I was watching was the live simulation on YouTube.
Where they take the game and they turn it into like FIFA on the computer.
Yes. Oh, that was actually really impressive. I think I was more impressed the fact that what they did than the fact that I was watching the simulation of the game because, well, again, I don't have any sports things. I don't have any. I don't subscribe to sports channels or anything like that, or but we're just kind of showing them to the kids. And
I'll give YouTube TV a shout out. YouTube TV has been awesome for me to get all my sports that I need. Nice. I've been really happy with that. But yeah, I was hoping Mexico would get out. But my what I think would be awesome is the USA played England in I think our second game of the World Cup. We tied 0-0. Yeah, we tied 0-0. So we're on different sides of the bracket now. I would love to see it. It's not impossible. It's very difficult. Because we have Netherlands on Saturday at 9 a.m. And if anybody wants, I will do a live stream of me watching the game, drinking Dr. Pepper on the podcast. If anyone wants to join me, or I could answer your soccer questions, we can drink Dr. Pepper together. I could explain what's happening, why they're doing what they're doing. It'd be fun. I'd be down for it. But if USA continues to win and England continues to win, they could meet each other in the finals again. Very unlikely, but I would say that'd be an awesome finals because the U.S. men have never won the World Cup. The U.S. women, I think, have won it 3 or 4 times. And then I would love to see the men play the women because I think the women would destroy the men.
Well, that would be something to see.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it's just but again, I'm not really big into soccer or really sports, kind of like Konnor. However, my kids are all into it, so invest in what they like, and I'm not doing it just because for them, but I want them to have something to enjoy while we're at school.
Well, Dario, I'm telling you, you join me for a Saturday morning stream. I think it's 9 my time, so that's 6 a.m. your time. So I understand if you don't want to make it, but I can teach you to soccer.
I'm good. I'm good. It's all good. My kids will tell me everything about it.
But how awesome would it be when rather than they come to you, Mr. Moya, you go like, did you see that goal in the 35th minute when he made that diving header? And they're like, ugh.
They only cared about the Mexico game.
Well, Mexico has been knocked out. So they're done.
Yeah. They were crying. They were crying this morning.
Yeah. I'm blaming it on the team selection. I think if they would have brought in Chicharito, Javier Hernandez, they would have. I like Chicharito. He probably would have scored a couple goals for him.
Yeah.
But well, we've been talking for an hour. That's about our typical length. And I'm sure our friends that are watching, we appreciate you sticking around and commenting. But we don't want to keep you guys all night.
Especially talking about soccer.
Hey now.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have the moves like I used to, but I bet my cousins. Yeah, so Josh and Luke are my cousins. They could probably take down several people. They're known for embarrassing a bunch of guys on the beach. They just show up and they see people playing, like, hey, can we play? And they totally hoodwink them and yeah. Oh, but fun times.
Oh yeah.
Well, Konnor, would you like to share about our socials one more time for anyone that's out there that's watching that doesn't know?
Yeah, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, on our Instagram, on Twitter. We're on pretty much any social. Like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. The more likes we get, the more stuff that we get to share with you guys. And head our Redbubble store up. It's super important to check out some of our merch and stuff because it helps fund the podcast, helps fund new things that we're trying, and we want to hear your feedback. So don't forget to comment and let us know what you think about the show. You'll probably be able to find our podcast on any podcast network, Spotify, anything like that. Leave us a 5-star review. Say, hey, I like your face. I like your Dr. Pepper. Do the normal. So don't forget to check us out and keep updated with us because we have some cool stuff coming up for sure.
Yes, and you definitely want to join us again for the 10th. That's when we have our next show. We're gonna have our next Pepper Pack ambassador with us and talking with them, and so it won't just be the three of us. It'll be somebody else that we get to talk to from the community, and also join us again on the 17th for our diet episode. And we just want you to come, be a part of the show, hang out with us as we drink Dr. Pepper, get kicked off the show, something crazy happen.
Just like that.
I was hoping that
you'd face me anymore.
I was hoping that you'd do it longer so I can get some of the cookie.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you for joining us. Again, whether it's good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this, we thank you for joining us. As I like to say, stay caffeinated, be blessed, be a pepper, and we will drink with you next time.
Also, Merry Christmas, maybe.